Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Orange Trek Outlaws. Today we have a fun little custom here. This is a 1967 Dodge Charger. Pretty cool car. Actually, a very cool car. Very cool car in person, and even a cool little casting here Hot Wheels made. I found this guy in the bottom of the kids' toy bin, and I thought, wow, there is a lot of surface area on this bad boy for a pretty sweet paint job. And I have just the perfect one in mind. I'm going to be trying a little something new. I'm going to try some ghost flames and a couple different colors. And I think it is going to look badass when we're done. At least I hope it is. So, without further ado, guys, let's get this show on the road. So what we have here is our Hot Wheels 1967 Dodge Charger. Like I said earlier, very cool casting. I like it. One thing I don't like about it is the very short wheelbases on this guy. Kind of like the Torinos, Talladegas. They got that short wheelbase, and it kind of looks real goofy, but not a whole lot you can do there, I don't think. But anyway, at least from the side profile, it's pretty badass. But this one, with the yellow and the chrome chassis, not digging it. And especially this one's all beat up and played with. I think we can resurrect this guy into a badass street car. So get our post dug out, get them drilled out, and get this bad boy apart. Just see just how dirty it is, and more than likely we're going to throw that chassis straight into the super clean and get that chrome peeled off of there, give that thing a nice new paint job. Then we'll be able to work on a wheel swap for it. And of course we're going to get a new paint job. But first of all, we're gonna have to throw that body in the blaster. And by the looks of how bad this one's flaking and beat up and whatever, I think the blaster will make quick work out of that body, which is nice. We don't have to go to the aircraft stripper or nothing. We'll just hit that thing for a couple minutes of blaster. It'll knock it off. We'll head straight to the wire wheel booth, clean it up, and move along. So, going to get this thing popped off here real quick. You got to be careful with these dang plastic bases. If you don't get the post drilled off far enough and you try to pry too much, it will crack that thing. So, be careful there. Be mindful. So we got it apart. Chassis, chrome, chipping already. We're going to get rid of that, cut the wheels out, and be done with it. The interior, pretty basic. We're going to clean that up with some soap and water. Same thing here with the windshield, a little soap and water, maybe polish, we'll see. And our body, not much to say about this guy here. We're going to clean them posts up a little bit and then right into the blaster. So here we go, guys, fresh out of the blaster. Not too bad a shape, actually. Like I said earlier, that paint came off for the most part pretty quick and pretty easy. So we're going to get the old wire wheelie out here, clean this bad boy up, and see what we got to work with here. We're not thinking Spectraflame here, so we're just going to clean it up here with the wire brush, pop it into, well, probably hit it with some 4/0, maybe some 000 steel wool, whatever I got on the shelf, just to clean it up just a little bit, and hit it with some soap and water, dry it off, and we'll be ready for some primer. Now, as you can see, I don't have the post drilled out yet. I'll do that before I paint, but I do it before or after I go into the blaster. You can take a look at this body here. It does have quite a bit of pitting and whatnot, so that just means it's going to take a little extra of the sealer, that's all. And it'll even out, get enough coats on there, it'll look pretty good. So we're going to do Createx, the Autoborn Sealer Black, thin it with a little 4012, and shoot it at roughly high 20s, about 30 psi or so. Lightly at first, like usual, especially on the sealers. You got to have the tack coat down. Those things are really kind of a pain in the butt with dry tip and whatnot, and getting the if you spray it out too fast, you get a little splatter. You don't want that. So nice and easy. It does dry quick, so you don't have to wait too awful long to start on your second coat and try to layer it up and get some good coverage on there. Do the best you can. And once you start getting to like third coat, fourth coat, depending on how your body is, you can start layering over the problem areas a lot thicker, and it'll even out. So that's kind of my plan there. Get a good base coat on here. So what we're going to do here is work on a flame job, and we're going to ghost flames with some candy black in the end. But first off, we're going to go with a little poison green candy with some hot rod sparkle and just a little bit of pearl green to bring the green out just a little bit more, and add a little 40-30 and some 40-12 to thin it up a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and coat the whole car here in our pearl hot rod candy green mixture. We're going to coat this bad boy up, and then we're going to move on to stage 2 of a 3-stage paint process here we're thinking about. And if any of you guys watch any other painting channels on YouTube, check out the Createx YouTube channel. I get a lot of ideas from there. I got this one from there, as a matter of fact. I thought this would be sweet to put on a car. They did it on a hood. It looked probably better than this since it was bigger, but I think the idea is going to go over pretty well here, and I'm going to give it a shot. So I want I know it's, you know, shooting this process on the black base is the start of it. That's why we did the black sealer. And since all the colors I just mixed up are all transparent, it does look awful dark. But if you layer it up a little bit, once I take the flame mask off, you'll be able to see that there is quite a bit of difference. Even though it looks like there isn't right now, it will be quite a bit of difference between that pearl green and then that black sealer that's underneath it. So everything's looking pretty good here. Everything's going well. I'm going somewhat light coats to medium light coats. Don't want anything to run, that's for sure, and just want to get good coverage. And I want to bring the green out. That's why I'm going to layer it on just a little bit more. And you can see the green's really starting to take place here in it, and you can see the sparkle, and you can see that pearl, and then you can see it starting to pop, which is what we're looking for, which tells me that it's about time to call that a day and move on to the next step. But not to rush. We'll finish this step here. We'll get our mask peeled off nice and easy and nice and careful. And look at that. You can see there on the mask, it's already peeled up just a little bit. So definitely going to have a little bit of touch-ups to do, but we're going to be painting the front pretty good, so that will get covered up here in the next couple stages. But these flame masks, I've found these guys on eBay. They have a couple different sizes, but look at that. Pulled up another little chip. Take a look at that. Usually comes off pretty easy. Look at that. You can see our flames. I didn't have enough little ones to do that, but I thought the full body flame would look pretty sweet with what I'm trying to do here. So now we're going to do, we just did our negative, now we're going to do our positive. Different style of flame, and we're going to go with a little hot rod sparkle again, just to get that extra sparkle and extra pop. And we're going to go a little darker here with our green. We're going to go with the emerald candy green, and 40-30 for flow, and a little 40-12 to reduce like usual. And we're going to go over top of the pearl green that we just laid down, and we're going to overlap these flames. This flame here is actually going to go right up the middle, so it's going to cover a little bit of the candy green flames that we already painted, and it's going to cover up a little bit of the black that we had covered on the last step. So that's going to give us that, you want to call it, two-tone flame effect on the car, and we'll see how that works. When I seen the Createx guys do it on their YouTube channel, it looked really cool. But then again, they had a big hood to do, and you could see it just kind of spread out a little bit more, and You know, with these little cars, it's a little harder to get that effect on such a small area, but just stay tuned. I think you'll like how it turns out here. So same idea here. This guy, I'm gonna lay it down light and keep coating until I get the color that I like. So after that, you can take a look here what we got. You can see that green, that darker green flame going right up the middle and kind of cross over. So we have our, we have our green, our light candy green. Then we got our black flame and our green flame. Now, step 3. This is going to be the effect coat here. This is going to be candy black, and we're going to, for flow, a little 40-30 and a little 40-12 as usual. But the candy black, what we're going to do is lightly spray over the whole body to give that that like candied black kind of blackout look to it. We want to tame everything down so it looks black in certain ways you look at it, and then when that light, that sunlight hits it, those flames and that green, that paint underneath is just going to pop right out of there. You can kind of see it a little bit here in the light. It's not the easiest way. Once clear coat gets on it, it'll be a lot better, but I think I'm going to go one more coat, and like I said, guys, light. Go real light. Even if you got to do 3 real light coats as opposed to 2 heavy coats, that may be better for you. Now this, I may have put the second coat on just a little too much. You can see it's really toned down now and it really looks black until I turn it and really get the light on it. We'll see how it looks after I get the clear coat on. So back to our chassis here. I got this thing primered out with black. I did a little bumper detailing in chrome, and now we are going to do our wheel swap. We have our axle tubes cut down to size and routed out for our super glue holes. I did pick some pretty cool spoked reel rider chrome rims. I think are going to fit this car pretty sweet. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to glue our wheels in here and get this thing set right and ready to roll while we're waiting for our clear coat to dry, and then we will be able to do a little final assembly here. But anyway, I did cut the axle tubes down off camera. I've shown some videos on how to do it, and I know a ton of other people have, so I'm trying to cut out the boring parts for you. Leave me a comment if there's something you guys want to see that I'm leaving out that I think might be boring, that you think is something you want to see and is not going to be boring. So put some comments, good, bad, one way or the other. I like to read them all. I like the feedback, and appreciate everybody, checking things out and whatnot. So we got our wheels done. We have our clear coat dry. Now you can take a look at this thing. It's shining. Look, it's got the light on it. You can see those flames underneath. You can see the pearl. You can see when I turn it away from the light, it looks black. That's what we're going for. Look, I'm gonna put my flashlight on here. Now you can really see those black flames pop out of there. You can see that that other candy green flame in the middle. So I think it turned out pretty dang awesome. We're gonna go and put this bad boy together and get it on the turntable so you can get a better look. So everything should go back together quite nice. What a cool looking car. I would definitely drive this guy if I had one looking like this. So self-tapping screws, you've heard me say it a bunch of times. I like the self-tappers. Makes life easier for me, one less step, without having to tap them post. Sometimes you got to, but most of the time these self-tappers, they drive right in and work out perfect. So we're gonna get this bad boy back together, clean it up just a little bit, and get it on the turntable for you. But before we get there, I want you to take a quick look here what we started with. The 67 Dodge Charger. This one, I don't even know what you call this, the yellow paint job with some, I don't know, some tribal tampos on it. No, it's terrible. Terrible wheels, terrible paint job. Very cool car, however. So I think we did a very good job at resurrecting this guy. New paint, new wheels, even painted the chassis, cleaned everything up, and this is what we ended up with, guys. You can see on the angle here that it does look like just a black car when you turn it. You wait for the light hit it, and you can see the flames going down the side. You can see the hot rod sparkle and the pearl really pop when the lights hit it. Here's a better look at it close up after the clear coat and with the light on it. You can see them flames are really shining on that thing. Like I said before, I think I may have went a little too much on that second coat of candy black, but still, that stuff is showing through, and I think in the sunlight this thing would really pop. And you can see the black, you can see the that candy green under there. Flames go up the side. So real happy with it, guys. I want to thank you again for checking out another one of my videos, and I got some more coming. Check out my races I got. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.